it's time to introduce our next guest, who advocates for Indigenous languages and cultural sustainability. She's a linguist, a digital marketeer, and operations manager at Speak Epique. I hope I pronounced that correctly, Fluently Initiative. She'll speak on how technology can revolutionise language preservation and linguistic diversity in an increasingly digital world. Welcome, Franca Umasoye Igwe. Welcome.
Umasoye.
Umasoye Igwe.
Umasoye. Thank you, Samina. And it's actually Ekpeye. Ekpeye. Ekpeye.
Okay, apologies for the pronunciation.
All right, it's fine. Eyuma Beblemadu, Ewa Medini, Umasoye, Mobunye, Nigeria. And so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Umasoye, speaking from Nigeria, and I am so excited to be here. I work with the Speak Epique Fluent Language Initiative, an organization I founded to teach my language and also to document it. Today, I'll be speaking about the role of technology in maintaining and revitalizing rare languages. So I just have 10 minutes to speak, so I'm going to be really fast about it. So quickly, I'm going to share my slide and make the presentation.
Yeah, we see that. We just need it full frame. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Dr. Gregory did a little bit of introductions about languages, and also he also shared some statistics. So I'm not really going to go into more details about this, but just to give an overview. So approximately 7,000 languages are spoken all over the world, and just 10% are dominant in digital spaces, and I mean, are used very much globally. And the other 90% of these languages are not known to the rest of the world. I mean, they may be known in a particular region and may not be known in other parts of the world. For example, languages like Epe, I'm sure many persons on this webinar haven't heard about this language. We have languages like Ikwere, we have Ijaw, we have Twi, we have Wolof. These are languages spoken in Africa. And most of these languages are termed minority or rare languages. And these languages actually give way to more dominant languages like English, Spanish, French, Arabic, and Chinese. Bringing it home to the Nigerian context. In Nigeria, we currently have over 500 languages, and 3 are recognized as the major languages of Nigeria, including English, which is the colonial language. So the remaining languages are most are termed minority, and most of them are really not known and are not found in digital spaces. Like, they don't have resources and they are not taught with it. So just fewer persons who are from these ethnic groups tend to speak the language. So today, the other percentage of the world's languages are regarded as rare, vulnerable, endangered, and the other categories mentioned by Dr. Gregory. So what makes a language rare, vulnerable, or endangered? So we have 3 major factors. We have globalization, we have urbanization, and there is also language shift. So globalization, I mean, people are looking out, getting global opportunities, businesses want to move to other areas, and then this leads to homogenizing the languages. So people tend to use a particular language to communicate for broader reach, to reach more persons, and also to get more engagement. So because of globalization, we tend to see that speakers of these rare languages tend to learn more of these dominant languages. Urbanization. Many people in these ethnic communities where these languages are spoken want to move to new locations in search of maybe better jobs, better education. And when you go to these communities, you want to speak the language used in these places. So speakers of this language have to learn dominant languages, I mean, to thrive in such environment. And this often leads to neglect on the part of their language, because most times you don't see the community to speak these languages, also exchange with. And this leads to migration also. So people move from one place to the other and probably start up a family there, and they speak the language of maybe the new environment where they are in, the new country, could be a different region, and then they don't get to teach their kids their indigenous language, which they came with. So we also have the issue of language shift. So I would share an example of my place, my ethnic group. Most of the words we speak today in my language has been influenced to a greater extent by the Igbo language. Igbo is a dominant language here in Nigeria. So due to trade activities in the past, you see that we have traders coming from these different tribes who settled in the ethnic group. And because of interactions for trade, you see that the language, Ekpeye, gradually gave way to Igbo. And so we have a lot of Igbo terms. For example, my surname is Igwe. Igwe is not an Ekpeye word originally. So I often got this question that, why is your surname Igwe? Are you from Igbo and all of that? But you see that this is due to language shifts. So economic and social pressures often lead speakers of these languages to shift towards more dominant languages. And I mean, we see this every day. I once asked a student a question. I was asking her, okay, if you get the opportunity to speak your language, because her language is, I mean, it's also a minority. And she said she would prefer to learn Spanish on Duolingo than to learn her language, because they say that the world, everybody is speaking Spanish, everybody is speaking English, everybody is speaking Arabic, I mean, these dominant languages. And there's this feeling of, okay, I want to fit in, I want to speak the language that the world is speaking today. So let's take a look at how technology can help rare languages thrive. So the role of technology in maintaining rare languages is actually a two-way street. So it has a positive and negative impact. So first, I have accelerated language shift by homogenizing linguistic diversity. So with technology, I mean, you see a lot of businesses online. So people want to engage with more customers, people want to reach more people. I mean, it's the internet, the world is now a global village. So it's more like a small space, but a big place. So what is the medium of communication on this platform, on these spaces? It has to be a single language that can be understood or used by a large number of people. So you see people, okay, maybe I speak only Ekpeye and I want to work with people outside of my place, with people outside of my country, or I want to get global opportunities and all of that. I would have to learn one of these dominant languages, or sign up for tutorials, or use interpretation services or translators to like communicate. So you see that this has led to like homogenizing the linguistic diversity that we have. So people want to like shift from the one they know to the language that would give them more opportunities. So we have social media platforms. Rarely do you see rare languages represented on social media platforms, because you see more of the dominant languages in these spaces, because people need wider reach and engagement. But then social media can also be used by rare language communities to promote their language and also to reach new people. Before this time, before we started teaching Ekpeye, I mean, many persons didn't know about Ekpeye. So, but we came on social media and we started teaching Ekpeye on social media. We started having classes. I mean, we just started creating content in Ekpeye, and today we have some resources online and we have visibility. Now Ekpeye is somewhat known on the internet because we just decided to utilize social media. So social media plays a very important role in promoting languages, and also it helps to reduce language apathy on the part of language users. So many persons who speak these languages often feel shy, or they feel sidelined because, oh, my language is the minority, it is not known. I mean, if you go on the internet, you're going to see a lot of these dominant languages being used. And I mean, people don't know my language. So many persons feel shy. But
Yeah.
when they get to see content in their language on social media platform, there's this sense of connection. They feel, okay, I want to associate more with my language. So it gives them the motivation to want to pick up their language and also to promote it.
Thank you. Franca, may I just interrupt you there because we are running over time, but it has been absolutely fascinating to hear what you say, particularly how technology actually, despite its pitfalls, can be used to promote and get out, as you say, make visible more endangered or, languages. So thank you so much for your contribution. Really appreciate it.